Hello and welcome back to your bi-weekly pick a card reading with yours truly, Katarina Lukin. This is your meditation. This is your time to take a couple of deep breaths in. You can close your eyes if you choose to. This is really your moment to connect with your body, your intuition. Telling your body that it's safe. Maybe take this moment to release the day, the week, the month. Coming into this moment, maybe creating a grounding board and a channel of light that heads to the center of the universe. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, look at the cards, at the decks, see which card, which group attracts you. Maybe the stone is the one grabbing your attention. Maybe it's the color, the position of the cards, anything that's really bringing your gaze towards the group. That might be yours today. You could be drawn to more than one. That's absolutely normal. Only take what resonates. There might be a message in 2, maybe even 3 decks today. But again, only take what resonates. And let's begin. Welcome, my group ones. This is your Tarot Pick a Card bi-weekly forecast for the last weekend, the last weeks of June. This was recorded on Thursday, June 23rd. Not limited to this date. If you're watching this right now, these readings are good for the next 2 weeks. I always start with the overall energy for the next 2 weeks. Where is it all going? Actually, what do we need to know and where is it all going? You have chosen the amber, the raw amber chunk that I got not too long ago. This stone is all about not enhancing, more like reinvigorating your fiery spirit. Amber is known to help with just the sexual energies. If you're looking to get inspired, amber is a great stone to work with. I'm not really going to interpret the stone. This was just to help you see which group you were attracted to most. We have oracle cards by the end of the reading. We'll get to that. And let's get started. So the overall energy for you, my group ones, is 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Oh, okay. So as you can see, there's like an eclipse over here. So the first message that comes through is that there's still things hidden from you. There's a lot of things still hidden from you. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So things are slowly just starting to unravel themselves. You're slowly starting to see the reason of the turmoil, the reason of the fights, the reason of whatever heartaches that's been going on, but there's still a lot of things that are left unseen and you're not meant to see them right now. That's the energy of the eclipse over here that I'm seeing at the moment. The 7 of Wands card in general represents you fighting with others. In this particular card, from the Moonchild Tarot, you kind of see like the person has walked away. They're on the other side. I almost feel like there's wisdom for you. I feel like the next 2 weeks is really for you to take a step back, but more importantly, to not engage in the little mundane, the little drama, the fights at work, the fights with the family. to really just walk away from it almost, to find that center, to find that zen, to find that sacred space or create a sacred space where the things that are still covered will uncover in the exact proper moments, and there won't be any resistance towards the information that will be coming. I feel like you've been resisting a lot the information, the wisdom that has been trying to be passed down, that you've been trying to channel in, whether you are a channeler or you're practicing becoming a channeler, or if you're just somebody going to day life, not really caring. Either way, everything is turned into ritual. Everything is conscious or subconscious, whether you like it. You actually becoming conscious of certain things that you do, becoming more in tune, but more importantly, going within instead of trying to find the answers without, is really the overall energy for you for the next 2 weeks. I feel like you've been waiting for a spark of some sort, some kind of intuitive hit. I feel like in the next 2 weeks, it will happen. You will have this spark. A knowledge is going to come in, the right amount, like the exact thing that you needed to hear will show up. And that's the overall energy, the archetype for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys can see this. We're going to now step into what we need to know and where is it all going. We have another 7. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles. We have Temperance in reverse. We have a chakra card, which is the base chakra. Bring this a little higher so you guys can see. Then you have Triumph, which is a major arcana. I'm going to double check to see which one that is, just so I'm not talking out of my ass. And then you have the 2 of Cups, Love Begins. This is going to be an incredible 2 weeks for you, my group ones. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And it's really ties into the 7 of Wands. That is your archetype. It's really going to be important for you to take a step back. I feel like it's something that you've already been doing. You've been taking a step back. You haven't been isolating yourself, but you have been more, I always say conscious, but you've been more, not necessarily in tune, but I guess conscious would be the best word. You've been more conscious on the words that you use, the thoughts that you are thinking, the actions are starting to kind of align. And I feel like there's a big question that you've been asking. It's just not the right time right now for you to find out what it is. With that said, what we need to know, 7 of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups over here, beautiful Queen of Cups. What we need to know is that you've been doing the work and you're starting to see comme la récolte. Tu es en train d'avoir ta récolte des graines que tu as semées. So you're starting to see the actual seeds. You're starting to see them blossom. You're starting to see and harvest. It's almost time to harvest everything that you've been dreaming of, desiring. And you're coming into this beautiful court card. The Queen of Cups is, Queen of Materials is someone who is the queen of her domain, right? So whatever you've been working on, whatever work that you've been doing, you've been mastering that skill. And almost feel like you've been cutting out the noise. If you haven't yet cut out all the noise, the archetype, the 7 of Wands over here is really an invitation to do that as much as possible, at least for the next 2 weeks, and see what happens. Another thing that we need to know is that the Temperance card, which is the Patience card, is in reverse. So you kind of, it's like all the tension that I'm seeing with the Seven of Wands over here is really due to you having a lack of patience. You want to know everything right away. You want to understand everything right away. You want to see all your... You want to see everything blossom right away. And you just want to go, go, go. When it comes to establishing a foundation, sometimes taking slower movements, taking a step back is beneficial because you're building a sturdy foundation around whatever you've been building. And it's going to be very important for you to look at this side of you that is very impatient and really realize why am I so impatient? Why do I need everything so quickly right away? Why is this so important for me? Why is it so hard for me to just enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride? Because at the end of the day, this is not a race. This is you having a human experience. Now, where this is all going is you really, and it comes like the base chakra over here is all the basic needs. So the basic need for food, for reproduction, for connection, all those basic, it's the foundation. It really comes back to this foundation, right? Where is this all going is that whatever foundations were kind of cracked, you're rebuilding it and you're not even patching it. It's like you've kind of taken out the rotten pieces and you're coming and building something that's stronger. I almost feel like you've hit rock bottom, you've hit this tarot moment, and now you have been rebuilding slowly but surely. You're seeing you're taking responsibility in the actions and the things that you've done, the limiting beliefs that have brought you to this point, and you're slowly building a stronger foundation where it's going to be a lot which is going to bring you to the places and the desires a lot quicker, but more importantly, it's going to be these true rooted foundations and not superficial ones. You understand what I mean? And I just want to make sure. So the Triumph card, it's the Chariot, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, exactly. It's a Chariot card. So once this has been established and you have looked at the impatience and you have worked on that and you're almost finished building this new foundation, you are really taking your time into seeing things from a different perspective, but more importantly, taking a step back and not allowing outside influences influence your decisions, you are going to just explode. You might actually have an opportunity for traveling, whether it's within the home or it's within your work situation. And there's going to be a coming together. It could be you with your higher self, if you're someone who's been working on that, who's been trying to connect and is into the Wiccan and just beautiful pagan views on, us connecting with our higher selves. Or this is an actual partnership that you're going to have with someone, a like-minded person, maybe a love relationship, maybe someone that you have kind of had a rupture with, but there's going to be coming together and is due to this stronger foundation that you have created for yourself. Whatever is happening here, the love begins, the Two of Cups over here, the people coming together and celebrating this union is due to you working on yourself. And I want that to be very, very clear. You working on yourself and these people working on themselves. If it's you and your higher self, is you building a stronger connection with yourself, seeing the truth that is that you are divine and that you are connected and that you are deserving and that you are worthy. And that you can only give from a cup that is full. not from a cup that is empty, right? Let's see. Oh my God. Let's see the oracles. You have smoke and mirrors, and you have a ruin. The ruin is protection and shield. Algae. So we're going to read from the book. Call it Baron Reed's book, 42. Smoke and mirrors. Seeing through the lens of past conditioning, the inability to recognize the truth of what is being offered, healing from misguided perceptions, moving beyond the illusion of separation, being accountable for your biases and the way you view the world. So, we're actually built to view the world inaccurately. Our five senses tell us we are separate from one another. We are conditioned to see time as linear. This creates a consciousness of the linear delineation, separation, and finality. We have an innate fear that what we see is all there is. Although we know deep down there is more, we are suspicious of it. Our fear of death results from this kind of perception. The entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover the truth that lies beyond this illusion. Discoveries at the frontier of science align with the ancients have known. At the atomic level, we are blinking lights and empty space. Consciousness is fundamental. Time can be bent, and we are eternal. Ask yourself if what you see is really just what you're looking for. What do you sense beyond your intellectual assessment of what is? Can you drop into your heart and soul and call for a vision, a feeling, an awareness of the true and authentic? Every day, remind yourself that you are intrinsically connected to all life. The universe needs you to learn about it. You have within you extraordinary magic with which to co-create life beyond your wildest expectations. Today, trust the inner voice that reminds you that you truly will find what you seek and more, even if outer conditions appears to challenge that. It's all smoke and mirrors. Things are not exactly as they seem. So this kind of goes back to the whole building the foundations, going within, not being distracted, not allowing other influences to dictate what your reality is. You're creating this new reality. And as soon as you have the patience within you to actually sit down, be with yourself, be alone, not be distracted, you will move forward, and you will quickly, might I add, with the Chariot, you will find the connection, the bond that you were looking for. Now, for your rune, the algae's protection and shield. Elk sage keeps its home most often in the swamps. It grows in the water and grimly wounds. It burns the blood of any man who grasps it. So the wisdom of the algae, this rune, is a rune strongly linked to magic. It is a rune of communication with the divine. It brings you valuable help from the spiritual world, a symbol of protection against potential negative flows that seek to reach you. Algae warns you against false spirituality and illusory ambitions. She advises you to connect with your higher self in order to make the right decisions and to feel safe and protected in the world. Your path may be difficult, but do not be afraid, for you have a great protection power within you. However, be careful. The divine protection is with you, but do not overdo it, or it will turn against you. Divination meaning prevents negative influences, indicates the presence of protection, natural or supernatural, help or guidance, awakening higher life, shield, magic in general. The element is air, the tree is yew, plant is sedgi. see. Yeah. So runes are awesome because this is something that you can work with in the next 2 weeks. If you are in a position where you need to take a step back from all the drama, you can always kind of visualize the symbol in your mind's eye, or you can actually draw it. You can keep the symbol in your pockets. Runes are actually a beautiful magical tools because so many people from past civilizations, from our ancestry, from most of your ancestry as well, have used this. So there's an energetic charge because so many people have used it in specific ways. And remember, when you are applying and using these magical symbols in a way that has been traditionally used, you are therefore connecting yourself with every other person, every other ancestor that has done it this way. And this is the same with any kind of magic or rituals. When you're doing things at a particular way, even when you're doing tarot cards and you're doing it in a particular way, you're kind of connecting, fine-tuning, but connecting yourself to every other person that has done it, right? And if you're doing it, like, I wouldn't be afraid of like tapping into like a lower frequency being, because if you're doing it out of the intention of divine love, and you're doing it out of the intention of greater good for all, that's the energy that you're going to be tapping into, right? If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, with the wrong intentions, well, then obviously you're going to tap into everybody else that's been doing it for the wrong reasons. You understand? This is how we're all interconnected. There's time it does not exist, right? And that's it, guys. I am so happy that you have joined me once again today. Hello to all the new people. Do like, share, subscribe if this has resonated. If it has resonated, do send me a message down below. Let me know how it has resonated. And I'll see you in the next 2 weeks, guys. Ciao. Thank you for being reasonable. It's been a while. I did not post any of these bi-weeklies. Ciao. Hello, my group number 2s. Welcome back to your bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading. Hello to everybody that is new to my channel. My name is Katerina Lukin, and this is your bi-weekly forecast. This is what you need to know for the next 2 weeks. You have chosen the Sunstone. It's one of my favorite stones. It is the ultimate happy, like the name says. It's the ultimate sun stone. It's the stone that will help you find the joie de vivre. It's like the sun card in tarot. So I'm not here to interpret the actual stones for you, but it might be something to look into. Maybe you need a little more joie de vivre in your life. So this is a perfect stone to work with. It's also a stone of being present in the moment, being grateful. Definitely highly recommend. So the way I operate, I look at the overall energies for the next 2 weeks, what we need to know, and where is it all going, and then I finish up with some oracle cards. So let's get started, group 2s. So your overall energy is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of 7s. Okay, so for you, in the next 2 weeks, your overall energy, you might not feel like your crops are blossoming fast enough. You're kind of feeling a little restless. It's like you've been doing all this manifestation work. There's like a missing puzzle, a missing piece to the puzzle for you to actually like put that finger on it and actually see your things grow. And I feel like for you is going to be to really find what that piece of the puzzle is. A lot of the times is you feeling into the emotions of the desired items or actions, or just the desires that you're looking for, is to find that ultimate feeling that will magnetize your energetic field, that would therefore bring it to you, right? We're never really attracting anything. We're always magnetizing our energetic field, which then in return brings in, it's like a magnet. We just like bring in everything that we are vibrating as, we are magnetizing as. Oh my. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, so for you the next 2 weeks, I think this is one particular thing that you've been trying to manifest. This one thing, and that you've been working so hard, but that might actually be counterintuitive. You're working hard is not allowing you to release the resistance of this item that you desire. So therefore, it's actually creating a blockage. I almost feel like you have to start easing into meditating, like almost bringing yourself to a meditative state so you can release the resistance, and then the object of your desires or this thing will come into play and will show up. And I feel like for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be important for you to learn how to meditate, how to get in tune, how to actually come to a meditative state, whether it's with binaural beats, whether it's with a meditation guided on YouTube, whether it's just being in nature and listening to the song that nature generally provides. Could be lying down, sitting up, whatever it is, whatever gets you to this meditative state so you can then release attention. Let's see what we need to know and where is it all going. We have the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Page of Materials in reverse, and the Wheel in reverse. That's what we need to know. And where is it all going? Fulfillment of wishes, which is the Nine of Cups. Then we have conflict and defeat, Five of Swords. And then we have acceleration motion in reverse, which is the Eight of Wands. You're really aware of your emotional state. You know when you're in balance and you know when you're not imbalanced. And the reason why you're not really seeing things kind of sprout, you're not really harvesting or come to that point of harvesting your harvest, is because you haven't really been following your bliss. You haven't really been following your inner child. You've been doing all these other things except for the stuff that really brings you joy and happiness. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a specific thing that you love to do, but you don't believe there's much money in it. So you decide not to get curious or find a way to actually monetize this desire of yours. This might even be a hobby. And because of this, your wheel has kind of stopped. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse talks about luck not being on your side, but more importantly, the wheel has stopped turning at the moment. And this is where the blockage is. You really need to start feeling like, what makes you happy? What turns you on in terms of the actions, desires that you're looking for, and to explore and really become this child that is so curious into knowing what it wants to do, how it wants to do, where it wants to go. The trial and error period where it can be so much fun to figure out what works, what doesn't work. And then the wheel will start turning. Where this is all going As soon as you start doing that, paying attention, it doesn't have to be all at once. It could just be a little bit a day. You've always wanted to be a musician, let's say. Doesn't mean you have to quit your job and go on the streets and start playing music, especially if you don't even know how to play any kind of musical instrument. Let's say, for example, a guitar. Okay, you've always wanted to play the guitar and maybe sing in a club. Go with baby steps. Go with, okay, I'll rent a guitar, or I'll get a guitar. You have a guitar? Go on YouTube, learn a couple of chords. Spend 1 hour a day doing something that you truly love and desire, and see where that takes you. See where you go with that. I feel like you're going to get all your heart's desires. And it's funny how the Wheel of Fortune is underneath this accelerated motion in reverse, because it's basically the same thing. It's like a delays, right? So it's almost like, I feel like once you do get these things moving, you're going to have all your heart's desires. You're going to be very, very satisfied, very happy. But something's going to be tormenting you. You're going to feel guilt in some ways. People around you are going to tell you, oh yeah, but what about this? What about that? No, you're not good enough. You're going to have these people around you, and it's going to stifle you. It's going to stop you in your track. I almost want to say you have a lot of people around you that are just not in it for your best interest, that you've kind of energetically outgrown. You're ready to move forward into a new step in your life. And you just have so many people around you that's telling you, no, that's a bad idea, but what about this? And just creating all kinds of conflicts, all kinds of doubts in your mind. And you really, really, really need to kind of get rid of these people. It doesn't have to be all at once. You don't have to be rude about it. You can just slowly start telling them, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not able to spend time with you today, or just remember that time is like money. Watch where you invest the time that you have, because if it's always with these kind of people that are going to talk you out of the desires that you want, talk you out of the things that you want, that are not in it for your best interest, that are just putting you down, and it's not like they're bad people, it's just their own doubts take over them. And a lot of the times they're not telling you what you should be hearing. They're just telling you what they always say to themselves, if that makes sense. So they're transferring the energy that is actually not healthy for them on you. And that's one thing that you really, really need to just cut loose from. Because if you don't, and like I said, it doesn't have to be all at once. You can just slowly just decline, or say you're busy doing other things, but eventually they'll slowly wane themselves out, right? It's like if you don't invest or you don't respond to certain environments, well, they're going to find other people that's going to match their vibration. I feel like your vibration is changing, but you need to start letting go of the people that were once the same vibes as you, but that you're kind of outgrowing. And it's not in a bad way. It's a good time for you to move on and move forward. I feel like you already know what I'm talking about. You've already been thinking about it. This is your confirmation. You really want to enjoy all your heart's desires, you have to let go of certain people, or you're not going to be moving forward. Now, your rune of the next 2 weeks, it's Sowilo, which is victory and energy, and your oracle is Spirit of Gratitude. So we're going to read the books for this. So we'll start with the rune. Actually, no. Let's start with the Oracle. 43. So funny. If you guys were in between this one or the group 1, I would definitely highly recommend to check it out, because there's a lot of similar messages. I feel like it kind of ties into this group as well. And it's also because the last group had oracle number 42, and now this one's 43. So I almost feel like it's a continuation. So the key concepts: the prospering power of prayer, communion with the divine, expressing deep gratitude as you move through the world, knowing that your prayers will be answered exactly as they are meant to be. In prayer, we connect directly to our higher power. It is a way for us to be in communion with the divine, a reminder that our lives are a sacred conversation we are continuously engaged in. Prayer lets us know we are not alone. A power greater than us acts on our behalf and is activated through us, suffusing our hearts and minds with a faith that is life affirming, loving, and compassionate. When you pray, we acknowledge that we are only part of the equation of life, that a spiritual aspect is always in operation. We engage in humility, knowing we are in a co-creative partnership and have so much to be grateful for. Expressing gratitude and asking to be of service is the most powerful, prospering prayer of all. When you focus your attention on appreciation for even the smallest aspects of your life and what you have already experienced, it's like waving a magic wand. Everything you need comes to you without effort. Obstacles fall away and your purpose becomes ever clearer. The kind of prayer that will prosper you and others today is one of deep, abiding gratitude. You become a magnet for miracles when you are grateful and ask to be a channel for divine purpose, divine abundance, love, and compassion. The power of Source is within you. Now is the time to awaken it. Ooh. So this card reminds me a lot of the fulfillment of wishes, the Knight of Cups over here. And the more you start practicing gratitude and thanking everything that you have, and you start asking to be guided to be a higher purpose, I feel like all this conflict will go away. Specifically, certain people will slowly, just like knock themselves out. Like they're just gonna like wind out. They're just gonna weed themselves out. And I feel like the power of gratitude is gonna help you a lot to see also the new harvest spring. So let's read your rune card. These are actually one of my newest decks. They're beautiful. They're from Eva Delcourt. Super excited to get to know these cards. I just have to find the page. It is So Willow. There we go. Victory and energy. The sun is ever a hope to seamen when they carry themselves over the fish's bath until their brine horses bring them to shore. So the wisdom of So Willow. So Willow is the rune of success, of victory over obstacles, of good health and vital force in daily life. It is a more permanent success than Jara, which is another rune. Linked to the sun, it represents knowledge, light, an inexhaustible source of energy and brilliance. The shadows dissipate and what was hidden appears. So Willow indicates renewed positivity and progress. It helps you to keep confidence in yourself, in your personal projects, and guide you towards your own fulfillment by enlightening the path of your spiritual journey. It reminds you of the need to keep moving forward even after you have achieved the success. So the divine meaning is success, achievement, power, fulfillment, good health, life force, motivation, unlimited energy, glory, and hope. The element is air. The trees are noble laurel and juniper. The plant is sunflower. And the gemstones are yellow, orange, and golden gemstones. And you even have the animal, which is the eagle. So this is beautiful because you can actually work with this rune. You can carry this symbol, write it down, keep it in your pocket. I've seen people actually write it on the tags of their clothings for protection as well. Just thinking about this symbol will help you, will guide you towards the victories that you are looking and seeking for, the energy to move forward. And yeah, that is it, my group twos. I hope this has resonated. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for joining me once again. It's been a while. Thank you for your patience. I wasn't really called into doing the pick a cards recently, but today, for the next 2 weeks, I think it was important since we're hitting in July. And hello to and thank you to all anybody new to my channel. If this has resonated at all, like, share, subscribe. You know the whole drill. Definitely appreciate you, and I will see you soon. Ciao. Hello, my group threes. Welcome to your bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading. Hello to everybody that's been supporting me from the beginning, and thank you so much for anybody that's new to my channel. Welcome. The way I operate, I have the overall energy for the next 2 weeks, what we need to know, where is all going. You have chosen the pyrite. This is a fool's gold that they call. It's a man-made stone. Is it a man-made stone? I believe it's a man-made stone. It represents abundance, abundance of all kind, especially material abundance. I'm not here to interpret the card today, but this might be a stone that will be helpful for you to work with. In the last group 2, it actually fell perfectly, the stone, with the reading. Anyways, so we'll start right away. Let's go with the overall energy. The Devil card in reverse. That is a twist. What a twist. Very interesting. So, but it's in reverse, so it's a good omen when it's in reverse for me. To me, seeing this card in your reading as the overall energy for the next 2 weeks tells me that you're coming and you're overcoming very specific addictions, very specific bad habits that you've been working on for a very long time. So you've been dismantling the limiting beliefs, and you've been reinstating new, better ones that are more into your desires and your goals right now. You're really like the devil is always, we each have a devil and the God within us all, right? And you can feed one or the other, and you have become aware of the addictions that you have, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, and you have been taking steps towards just slowly removing yourself from these addictions, and you're doing a good job. And if you're not, or you are still doing certain addictive behaviors, this is your invitation into working on unraveling it in the next 2 weeks. This is just your the next weeks is like your day. It's like the perfect time to work on these limiting beliefs, on these addictive patterns, because you have this energy by your side. And I feel like you have a lot of help too. There's a lot of people that want to help you through this journey of yours. Let's see what else we need to know. So what we need to know, you have the 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Inspirations, and you have the 5 of Cups. Where is it all going? You have emotional withdrawal, which is the 8 of Cups, positive movement forward, which is the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Is it 8 of Pentacles? I don't remember. Wait a second. And then you have spiritual growth, which is mistaken. Either way. So what we need to know. So far, there has not been an equal give and take in your environment. You've been kind of giving more than you could actually give. You've been giving from an empty cup. This is going to be very important to address. But what's interesting is that it's been just sparking this inner queen, this inner goddess of inspiration. Like, it's just been inspiring you into realizing that this is not the way to go. Like, you're aware of it. This actually could be this bad habit, this devil in reverse that is your archetype for the next 2 weeks. You're finding like this spirit within you. You're starting to see your self-worth, and you're starting to see how it's not in your benefit and not in the benefit of others, because you've been kind of like a crutch for other people, and they've been not necessarily taking advantage of you. It's just when you're a crutch for someone, they think they can't live without you, and it creates this like codependency. And it's time for you to move forward, and you know it's time for you to move forward, kind of letting go of whatever or whoever the situation is. And it's time for you to go into calmer waters. It's going to be a little hard because all you are able to see right now is the cups that has spilled, but you're having trouble to see the cups that are still standing. There's still something beautiful, even if you don't have this person or this situation in your life. This situation is no longer a part of your life. You're very smart. You can see this a mile away, and I feel like it's really the situation that's this like bad habit where you tend to revert to all the time, but you just don't want to do that anymore. This Queen of Wands over here is really inspiring you into helping you, and inspiring but helping you into becoming the greater version of yourself. Okay, once a queen decides what she wants, she's unstoppable. And that's what you're becoming. You're embodying this incredible power within you of decision and moving forward with the inspirations that are now being downloaded to you. And then where this is all going, you have the 8 of Cups, emotional withdrawal, which literally means moving away from things that no longer serve you. And then from there, we have positive movement, meaning that you're moving forward. As you can see, you're going towards the sun. The water is calm. You're actually exactly where you're supposed to be going. But to do that, you really have to let go of what no longer serves you and move forward. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be emotional. At a certain, like, you're going to have your limiting beliefs and your doubts, and you're going to see the cups that are spilled out. But if you keep just looking within and really paying attention of what you need and what you want, you're going to start seeing the 2 cups that are standing, okay? And whatever's happening here is just going to make you stronger for it. Spiritual strength, one of the strongest parts of ourselves that we can acquire, right? Physical strength, it's not easy work, but I find it's easier than emotional. And then after emotional is really this spiritual bond. Although it's all interconnected, right? If you work with one, you're kind of already linking all the others. Everything's interconnected. So I do feel like the spiritual aspect, the spiritual strength in all this situation is what's going to be beneficial, is the lesson. Like, it's going to strengthen you. It's a big lesson over here. Very big, because you have an archetype as the overall energy. So it's an extremely big moment in your life. Almost as big as the Tower moment, I would have to say, because breaking old patterns, breaking old behaviors, really seeing the light at the end of that tunnel of doom and kind of shame and kind of like not wanting to change, because it's like you're at a point where you know you need to change and you want to change, and that requires you moving away from people that you've been a crutch for so long. And it can be painful because, you know, you've been there, you've supported them, but in reality you haven't really been helpful. You've been actually it's been counterintuitive, right? When you're a crutch for someone, they never learn how to figure shit out or figure themselves or do things on their own. Hence the uneven exchange. People need to be willing to want to change before you can help them, right? They have to be willing to want to take the steps. They have to take the steps. You can't take the steps for them. So where this is all going, it's just a beautiful reading for you, group 3, because you will be moving forward as long as you stay true to this queen that is within you. Even if it's hard, even if you have these hard moments of sadness and emotions that come up, but stick to your guns, move forward, and there is going to be positive movements. It's going to be in your benefit, and you're going to be so much stronger coming out of it, like so much stronger coming out of it. Your oracle for the next 2 weeks is a burst of magic. Wow, that's just like, that's literally the Queen of Inspiration card over here. You are going to become, there's just a spark within you. Like I've been drawn to this big wild cat, which is, I think, a jaguar. It's going to be fast once you start just accepting this incredible power within you. And your rune to work with is Isa, which is introspection and ego. So could be that devil aspect that needs to be looked at a little more strongly. I think that didn't make sense, but I think you know where I'm getting at. So a burst of magic, an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose. Your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you. As a gift bestowed upon you. Cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. Wow, I feel like all of my groups kind of interconnected. If there was another group that attracted you, I would highly encourage you to actually go and watch that video too. I just feel like they all interconnected very well. Sometimes you may find that something you've been pondering or a dilemma you'd let go of revisits you without warning. It may hit you while you're thinking about nothing, or the trigger may be just the right words arising in a conversation, book, or blog. An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt, waking you up to a truth that has previously eluded you. It's as if the whole world stops in that moment as you integrate the missing pieces of the puzzle you are meant to solve all along. This is such a time for you now. Answers are coming directly from source and being downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Be grateful for this beautiful burst of magic. It is not an everyday gift. Inherent in this is the knowledge that Spirit is always listening to you. Spirit is your loving partner, reminding you that you are not alone. Even when it appears that you are trapped, you always have a key to unlock the solution if you cultivate the willingness to be open to and in tune with Source. The answers you seek come when you stop looking for them. Be mindful today. When information pops up out of the blue, pay attention. The action you need to take will become obvious as you integrate this magical wisdom. Regardless of the subject of your inquiry, you will be transformed. Only good will come of this. I feel like every single group needed to hear this today. And for your rune, there we go. Introspection, ego. Ice is really cold. Measurelessly slippery. Glistening clear as glass. Most like gemstones. A floor created by frost and a fair face. Wisdom of Isa. Isa symbolizes blocked situations, a drop in energy, periods of immobility, isolation, a period of calm and solitude, but not the end. Isa invites you to refocus on yourself, to concentrate your energies in preparation for the rebirth that will follow this phase of stagnation. Just as the ice, which on the surface seems pure and quiet, hides underneath an explosion of fertility that is ready to manifest itself. But all will come in due time, and for now, Isa reminds you that you must be patient. There is no point in spending your energy in frustration or anger. Focus your energy on trying to learn more about yourself, to act independently and thoughtfully. Divination meaning, period of reflection, self-awareness, and self-control, monotony, immobility, lack of change, delay, slow, calm, rest, reinforcement, patience, solitude. The elements is water as ice, the tree is alder, the plant in Hinban, it's a poisonous plant. Gemstones, white, translucent, brown, orange, beige, black gemstones. The animals are seal and polar bear. So this is definitely a rune that you can work with if you feel like you needed to do more introspecting. This is something that could help. You can carry this, write on a piece of paper, carry it with you in your wallet, in your pockets. Just thinking of this rune can actually bring in some of the energies, as I was saying in my group twos. When you actually participate in using specific symbols that have been passed down from generation to generation, you're actually tapping into the ancestry lineage of this and connecting yourself with the beautiful people that have been using it for the reasons that you're using it, right? Always with intention. So definitely something to think about, ponder. It's something to use for the next 2 weeks to maybe help release you from the devil. Not the devil, but just the little limiting beliefs that are within us all. And I think that's it. I really hope this has resonated. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much to everybody that has been with me from the beginning of time. Hello to everybody new. Like, share, subscribe if you think somebody could benefit from these messages. And that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Ciao.